It all changed in an instant. Walker Fowler and Adam McGill came together off the start of our last race at the Big Buck. McGill kept it on all four wheels and zoomed to a huge victory, while Fowler struggled to fifth. McGill goes for another one today. Going to make some history today on RacerTV.com. AMSOIL Grand National Cross Country Series presented by Maxxis, an AMA National Championship, first ever run at this Society Hill, South Carolina's Camp Coker Bullet. GNCC brought to you by CST Tires. You see the banners out there, and you see Adam McGill all pumped up because he won our last race. Said the key to that, just had to be able to beat on that ATV all day long. Had a few problems at our opening couple of races, but he's got them figured out now. And Chris Borich hoping to do the same. He would love a first victory for the season. Right now, let's get to the highlights of our previous event. Yeah, and as we go to the AMSOIL race recap, he did beat on the thing. He and Walker Fowler collide, and Fowler goes down hard in the first turn. Defending series champ was lucky to even get up okay. Taking advantage of all that, Bryson Neal, who absolutely took off, had the lead over Jay Shadrin. Cole Richardson, Chris Borich was in this one for a while. Here's Fowler on the right. He gets stuck, trying to mount a comeback from that big crash. It was that kind of day for him. And then Neal on the last lap hits a tree, and that allows McGill to catch him. And now we're into a very fast section. They'll go through these woods, and then the trail opens up, and it is absolutely wide open. As fast as your quad can go through here, and a better line on the inside for McGill, who's able to edge ahead and take the victory.
I felt really good. It was real nice to be able to get the first one out of the way. This one should definitely come a little easier. It's a CST round coming into this race, and being a CST-sponsored guy on an ATV should make it that much easier. The track should be just perfect for these tires all day long. It was definitely a good feeling. We pushed all day long. I really didn't think we was going to be able to run him down. I mean, 35 seconds is a big gap, especially to push in one lap to be able to catch somebody like that. So for us to be able to do that, especially on an old outdated Honda, it was a pretty cool feeling. But when we was able to do it, make the pass, it was like almost like a sigh of relief. Like, being 29 years old, yeah, we could still knock out some wins every now and then. So it was a nice little confidence boost for sure.
When we went home, we just kind of went back to the basics and kind of hit the reset button. I think that's the best thing to do. We double checked the machine, all the components, replaced what needed replaced, and kind of same thing, upped our training even more towards the end of the race, and knowing how hot it's going to be here. I know I still was lacking a little bit on my end, so I put in more work, and I'm feeling more confident in my ability. And just if you can win one and get momentum headed in your direction, I think that definitely helps. Basically I got to beat Adam this weekend. He can't win because once you get on a roll, it's easier to keep the momentum going. So you got to stop him before things get out of hand. And the same thing goes for those guys. We won 3 races in a row, and they were able to knock me down at the 4th. So, right now I kind of feel like we're going back in with a level playing field, and new track especially. That's another big thing. It's a brand new race, and I think that definitely is going to make things a little more interesting. It's a sand track, and it's going to be 90 degrees, and that's a bunch of things that we haven't encountered in a while. So I think that'll all be good racing.
I got to ask you,
see what the fans think.
Are you ready to go GNCC racing? Oh, come on. I knew we could do a lot better than that. I'm going to ask you one more time. This is our inaugural event right here at this Camp Coker Bullet GNCC. So I'm going to ask you, are you ready to go GNCC racing? 10 seconds. And row number 1 will be off and rolling at our CST Camp Coker Bullet GNCC.
All right, nicely done by our man Rodney Tomlin down there on the starting line. And we are off to the races, and look at that, a whole shot already for McGill. That didn't take long. Wiseco Performance going to hook him up with a couple of extra bucks, and he's got Chris Borich right behind him. And the way Walker Fowler dominated the early part of this championship, well, it was good to see these guys fighting back, with McGill getting that win at Big Buck. And Borich very proud now that he's back on the Suzuki mount that led him to all of his championships. He wants to get in there. He's not intimidated by anyone. And here they are leading early on. And you get that little sense of confidence when you get good starts out of guys like this. That leads me to think that they expect big things today, although it's so hard to figure out this track since we've never raced here before. And you see, this is completely fresh terrain here. Only people who have raced on it where there are morning race ATV riders and a couple of riders taking the long way around to try to avoid the mud. So this will be a really wild one because I believe this track is going to change a lot throughout the day. First of all, you've got the riders figuring out the lines, figuring out where to go. They're going to change their lines as they learn, lap after lap. Also, it's sandy. As Walker Fowler said, it's going to get rough. Stay with us.
When it comes to guarding your engine, AMSOIL offers the next level performance enthusiasts demand. AMSOIL provides 75% more engine protection against horsepower loss and wear than required by a leading industry standard, extending the life of pistons and cams. Give the vehicle you love the above and beyond protection it deserves. AMSOIL, devoted to protection.
Here at Rocky Mountain ATV MC, our goal has always been to get you the best price and provide quality service. Now, we're giving you one more reason to shop with Rocky Mountain. We call it Quick Cash. It's simple to get. Just place an order with a qualifying Quick Cash item and get cash to spend on your next order. Try it out today. RockyMountainATVMC.com. Get ready.
Maxxis Tires. The Andersons discovered life is easier with an Outlaw RV. The Outlaw is a complete home on wheels with a multifunctional garage. Getting on the road has never been quicker. The Outlaw is made to fit the lifestyle of today's active families. So stop roughing it and start enjoying your weekends. Find the Thor Motor Coach Outlaw that fits your needs at GarageRVs.com today.
At Rocky Mountain ATV MC, we want to help increase rider participation at your next race, rally, or club event with our free Race Gas program. Join Race Gas, and every rider that signs up for your event or club gets a free $10 gift card to Rocky Mountain ATV MC. It's that simple. RockyMountainATVMC.com. Get ready.
When it comes to protecting your engine, AMSOIL offers the next level performance truck owners demand. AMSOIL provides 75% more engine protection against horsepower loss and wear than required by a leading industry standard, extending the life of pistons and cams. Give the vehicle you love the above and beyond fortification it deserves. AMSOIL, devoted to protection.
The GNCC series is brought to you by AMSOIL. Protect your weekend. Rocky Mountain ATV MC, get ready. And by Maxxis Tires, keeps you riding to your maximum potential.
Good racing here. The CST Tires, Camp Coker, Bullet, GNCC, three riders who are not strangers to winning these races. Probably the most experienced hands out here right now are 1, 2, 3. Then you've got young Cole Richardson in 4th and Bryson Neal 5th. Neal has been the surprise of the season so far. Has really upped the game. Number 5 in the machine shows he was solid. Top 5 rider last year, but nearly won our last race at the Big Buck. Coastal Racing Squad managed by 7-time ATV GNCC champ Barry Hawk. That new team, Barry and the rider Bryson Neal have really hit it off. And he's kind of leading that young gun charge. We expected Cole Richardson, who's there in 4th, to mix it up early this season, but he has struggled a bit as the year has begun. He is a rookie in the class after dominating the XC2 division last year. He's a teammate of Fowler on the NFAB Ampro Yamaha team. Then behind them, you got Jared McClure coming through on the ATVRiders.com Honda. And then Jay Shadron, another one of the young talents, in 7th. back by Waynesburg Yamaha. So that's what we like, seeing the young kids getting closer and closer to challenging the veterans for wins. But right now, it's the same old faces and same old names out front. Look how rough this track is for Adam McGill, our leader. This gives you a real indication of how sandy and bumpy it is. And these guys are going to be reaching for the aspirin at the end of this race. Their backs are going to be hurting. It takes so much lower back to be able to muscle about a 400-pound quad through those sand loops, and to do it all day long. And as some of the riders talked about, including Walker Fowler, you saw at the top of the show, the heat and humidity here are actually going to be worse than our traditional sand race at the opener in Florida. So this could be the most physically taxing race of the year. And we'll see how these riders play it. Now, normally the start, not the most important part of GNCC racing. There's time to make up ground, but I would say that McGill, the big advantage here, he is not having to waste energy trying to make passes. And today, I think saving energy might be the most important factor of all. And pretty cool, this Sportsman Preserve here gives fans a long look at the riders as they work their way through this motocross section. This family, the Marie family that owns it, I'll tell you what, they're not strangers. Hammer and Hank Marie was a great motocross rider back in the 1980s as an amateur. So they know how to set up a motocross track, and they're certainly fans of racing of all sorts. And the ATVs are bringing the show to them today. We'll have bike racing tomorrow. And the star is Adam McGill, looking for fresh real estate. Look at that, worked inside and then outside of the big holes. Work the edges. That is rule number one in the sand. Try to go where everyone has it, because every time someone lays tracks down, track gets a little bit rougher, so you try to go outside of where everyone else has gone, and you find some smooth real estate. But on the final lap of this one, well, then everyone will have tried that, and I guarantee you there will not be any smooth racetrack left. Look at the lead McGill has pulled right now, and it is over Fowler, not Borich. So Borich must have made a mistake on his Maxxis ye-old Cycle Barn Suzuki machine. Yeah, he's back to third. I think Fowler has said, I got to get going. I cannot let him go. McGill is on the gas today. And there is Richardson coming through, so he has made the move. Here's some Coastal Racing people running up to greet their rider, Bryson Neal. And you've got the sneaky snake, Jared McClure, right in there. As we go back to our leader, McGill, a little bit dustier than I thought it would be today, even in the woods sections. The fields usually do get a little dry in GNCC racing, but to be this dusty out in the field, in the woods, man, it's going to be hard to make passes. I think Fowler is trying to stay outside of the dust zone, but as far back as he is, it's still hanging there. So that's going to make the prospect of passing McGill that much tougher. Comes Borich next. Hey, good to see Cole Richardson there. I believe he's been dealing with some illness and health issues. So at least spunky enough at the beginning of the day to try to run with the lead trio. We'll see if he has the endurance to do it all the way to the end. Finally, Fowler able to get through his section without choking on dust from McGill. And we expect Borich to come through next, or will it be Richardson? Boy, they have opened up a gap. It is still Borich. And there's Joe Borich, his dad right there at the pit board. And Richardson in fourth. So it's starting to stretch out here, but I think it's going to tighten back up before the finish.
CST Tires.
As riders and racers, we understand the need to get quality parts, apparel, and accessories fast. We have the horsepower of multiple warehouses to make sure your gear, OEM parts, or accessories make it to your door quickly. Check out our easy-to-use website and experience customer service that takes the whole shot. RockyMountainATVMC.com. Get ready.
You smell it, you feel it, you can taste it in the air. Speed, man. Full wide open. Blast. I didn't really like high school too much. Too booky, too take notes, learn this, and that's it. At WildTech, they had full-size motorcycles. The feeling of taking them apart every day, putting them back together. You can't explain it. Everything I learned applies to now. Seeing your motorcycle that you put together right around the track at 180 miles an hour, oh, definitely rewarding. My name's Mike. My school's WildTech.
Get on the fast track to a career. Turn pro at WildTech.
When it comes to guarding your engine, AMSOIL offers the next level performance enthusiasts demand. AMSOIL provides 75% more engine protection against horsepower loss and wear than required by a leading industry standard, extending the life of pistons and cams. Give the vehicle you love the above and beyond protection it deserves. AMSOIL, devoted to protection.
Maxxis Tires.
The GNCC series is brought to you by AMSOIL. Protect your weekend. Rocky Mountain ATVMC, get ready. And by Maxxis Tires, keeps you riding to your maximum potential.
At our last race, Adam McGill had to come from behind to get the win at the Big Buck in South Carolina. Today, he's trying to win from the front. Walker Fowler happy to finally find some woods with some moisture in the soil and doesn't have to worry about dust. So this could be his opportunity to make a run. They're going to check in with their pit crews here. Still no pit. And the pit board says, make it happen. That's Mark Notman, the mechanic for Walker Fowler. And yeah, this is the opportunity. That's about as close as Fowler has been. Hey, we got a battle for third. Cole Richardson has taken the spot from Boric. So you got the multi-time champ and the rookie in a good battle, and then another young rider and another veteran with Neal and McClure. Let's check in with McClure.
Started out with a 4th and 5th in Florida, Georgia. You know, that wasn't bad, but we're trying to get up on the podium, and we were able to do that last race. So it's definitely a confidence boost. You know, I know we're capable of running there, and even, you know, we're even capable of winning. We proved that last year. So we're going to build off last race. You know, it was definitely felt good getting back up there, and we know our program's super solid. So, yeah, hopefully we'll go out here today and do it again.
Well, this battle for the podium is a great one. Here it is, Richardson leading them around right now, but wait till you see the pack behind him. 4 riders going to fight for that final spot on the box. Boric under fire from McClure. Bryson Neal right behind him. Meanwhile, Fowler not able to make a dent in the lead of McGill. And McGill is headed for daylight here in the final lap. Here he is in the open stuff. And Fowler put in a charge, couldn't get him today. And it looks like we're going to see 2 wins in a row for Adam McGill. The CST Tires rider gets it done at their home event. Also backed by Induction Solutions, Lone Star Racing, DeRisi Racing, Tire Blocks, and SG. Adam McGill has taken a big victory here and made up a few more points on Walker Fowler. The defending champ starts the year with 3 straight wins, but now a 5th and a 2nd, and that'll put McGill right back in the hunt. And everyone congratulating each other back there. These two have been racing each other for a long, long time. And pretty good sportsmanship. Here are your results. Boric going to pull out the podium. Some classic last lap Boric clutch moves, edging McClure, and the kids get pushed back to 5th and 6th, Neal and Richardson. Here's our AMSOIL race recap. Pole shot for McGill, and that was very important because this track turned out to be very dusty. I thought Boric might have something for him early. No. Walker Fowler was able to get by, move into 2nd. He was briefly able to get to McGill and actually made a pass, but then overshot a berm in doing so. It gave a lot of ground back, and from there, NFAB Ampro Yamaha rider had to settle for 2nd. Podium battle was great. Fowler's teammate, Cole Richardson, looked to have it after Chris Boric tagged a tree, but he was able to come all the way back. orange to collect third, while McGill holds off Fowler to take the win. There's your podium. Congratulations, 2 in a row for Adam McGill.